Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to a Dream SMP Speedpaint. I don't get the reviewer attention to do a proper intro, so movement, drawing. Look, as you can tell from the title, we're drawing the lives from the latest Tales of the SMP, the Wild West. I love them a lot. We start with everybody's favorite, John, my boy, my beloved. My main goal with his design was to make him look youthful. His character is very innocent and, sweet, and he's stated to be very young looking. So yeah, round face, messy hair. You gave him sort of crooked teeth because, well, he's poor. They're in the Wild West. They definitely don't have dental care, and it adds a little bit of charm. So these are just worrying about hair things here, and then I move on to pose. Just a nice simple design pose. I debated between making him more pudgy to make him look younger and more scrawny, like a teenage boy in a growth spurt. I wound up deciding on a sort of worst of both worlds. Fairly scrawny, but not getting a growth spurt, because I don't think he has the money to get the protein necessary for a teenage growth spurt. And start drawing his face. My beautiful sweet boy. So yeah, move right on to colors. This design is pretty simple color-wise, just brown, black, and that nice off-white, weathered kind of color, because I don't figure he's going to be, bleaching it or anything in the washing machine of the Wild West. Then we move on to the sheriff, my beloved Sherman. I started worrying over pig skulls again. He's really always got to be a pig, huh? Very hard animal to draw, and his head is very square and flat because he's in Minecraft, but actual pigs are shaped kind of like avocados. So I was trying to find a balance. One consistent thing I wanted to capture with the sheriff was this kind of constant look of worry, real heavy brows, real nervous posture. I circled with the pose a bit because I really like the sort of bad posture, like the hunched back look that imitates the hump of a boar's back that the piggy boy is usually drawn with, but you can't really do that with the head pose where he's looking over his shoulder. Gunner crossbow. I chose crossbow. That was a mistake. Guns are hard to draw. You know what's harder to draw? Crossbows. It was hell. His feet are kind of turned inward in this pose. It's a sign of nervousness. He really just doesn't want to be here. When drawing his jaw, I was thinking about the jaw muscles that you find in animals, like big herbivores like cows and horses, and big predators like lions. They gotta have a lot of muscle to either chew or bite real hard, so they've got these big rounded, meaty sort of jaw shapes. And I figure pigs would have that too, so it goes on him. Struggle with crossbows for a while. Look at crossbows so much that I figure out how they work mechanically. Yeah, this does look terrible. I wound up tilting the crossbow to make the angle easier because I just could not draw it from the side perfectly. He's got this knife on his thigh, which is why I wanted him to be facing this way, otherwise I would have shown his blind eye, because that design trait is cool, but the knife is also cool. Then once the crossbow's finally figured out, which, takes a while, good god, then it's coloring time. Pick a nice, soft sepia tones. God, I love sepia colors. It's the best color scheme. Got that nice soft pink, nice soft browns, off-white, and that bronze for his crown, because he can't just not have a crown. It's like being a pig. He's got to be a pig in a crown. It is required. Anyway, then we move on to crops. Cropsy boy! His skin has very messy hair, so I had to go with that. He probably cuts his own hair. He looks just like a normal dude, and I think it adds to the scary factor that he doesn't look like a monster. my main thought when designing him was making him a little sharper, so I gave him a sharper jawline. I tried briefly to draw an actual standing pose, but apparently I hated it, and apparently I hated myself, because I decided to draw him sitting with his arms in front of him. You know, so much for drawing poses that show the design. Here I struggle with the face for a bit, because I realized that with this pose, the only logical head angle is tilted back, which is hard to draw, and also I wanted to draw him tilted forward for that kind of, you know, menacing glare out from under the eyebrows look. But it didn't work out, so I suffered for a while. Wound up hating the way that this face looked. I fiddled with the legs for a while because drawing sitting is hard and it's terrible and I hate it. And I draw an entire log, and I actually went to bed here. Picked it up the next morning, and I'm trying to fix his face, but I can't see because I gotta draw the pizzas first. I need to draw my warm-up power pizzas. Once I've got my pizzas done, I can draw again. Draw the face, give him some more life to his expression. Fix his hair, because I hated that too. And boom, wow, amazing. I've drawn, it looks okay. Wow. Then it's coloring time. I worried over his skin tone for a bit. I wanted it to be a bit sickly looking because, you know, eating people isn't good for your health. We got a bunch of browns, we got that nice blue. Doing some dark eyes. A little check pattern on his shirt. He looks just like a normal dude. You wouldn't think that he'd be eating people from looking at him. Anyway, we move on to Michael. I was considering just not continuing here because drawing that sitting pose was exhausting, but the show must go on. So here we have a good design pose again that shows the design. Maybe I learned my lesson from crops. Maybe I just was tired. We got the hands behind the back. It's a nervous pose, but it also saves me from drawing hands, which is cool. Wanted to get those eyes nice and sad looking, real droopy eyes, but still nervous, still awake. Getting very good at drawing these little hands. So yeah, I actually started this speed paint right after Tommy's latest lore stream. I was just minding my business, and then along comes Tommy in it with his angsty bullshit. The stream ended abruptly in an emotional cliffhanger, which like I expect from Ranboo, not from Tommy. So yeah, I had a shower, transed my gender into the peacock from Animal Crossing, and drew John to cope. It really do be that way sometimes. Now we move on to Percy. He's, I gotta get my power pizzas. He's kind of a menacing character. Corrupt businessman. I wanted to catch that sort of energy, and luckily I'm used to drawing those types. So that's what I wanted to propose. Have him kind of adjusting his sleeve here. Again, hands in front of the body. I don't care anymore at this point. So yeah, I catch that kind of laid back pose. Wait, if John is a minor because he's played by Ranboo, who is a minor. And Percy is played by Tubbo, who is a minor. And is the mustache fake? Okay, let's not think about it too hard. He's tucking a little ace into his sleeve, or maybe taking it out. Color him in. Nice three-piece suit. And last but not least, we have William. I knew what I wanted with his hair from the start. It's almost covering his eyes, and it's pretty messy. He's a very innocent character, very genuine and hopeful. That's why I picked this pose. He's excited. Too bad it was hard to draw the hands. I was actually kind of speedrunning this drawing because I had to get to therapy afterwards. But yeah, that's why it's fast. Here's more struggling with the hands. Speedrunning colors. Just cow print, very important. Character design trait is the cow print. Decided to just erase those hands, struggle more, and then draw pancakes. Sometimes pancakes with little lines for fingers look better than poorly drawn hands. So yeah, it's the lads. Here they are all together, lined up. This is where I chose to type things. John's tiny. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to me because I suffer through listening to my own voice, which is hell in case you've never tried to record yourself talking before. If you don't like listening to my annoying robot voice, consider watching this video, which doesn't have a voiceover, because it's an animation. I might be making an animation with this crew. Don't count on that, because animating is hard and it's a time-consuming project. Bye!